Welcome back to the Biblical Foundations Academy audio blog, where I, Keith Johnson, get a chance to talk without edit, without any sort of rules or regulations, really, other than I have to kind of play by the rules of our producer, the Keymaker, who's here with me. He's actually on Skype. I'm in Jerusalem. Those of you that don't know up to this point, I have been in Jerusalem the last 3 weeks doing a language intensive. And let me just tell you right now, as a little preview, after we finish this audio blog, the audio blogs that are coming are really exciting. There's some things happening in Jerusalem at Hebrew University that I want to bring to you, the great listeners of this audio blog. So that's going to be coming. Just so you know, you are at bfainternational.com, where we are committed to inspiring people around the world to build a biblical foundation for their faith. We've got so many things on this site. For those of you that are just now visiting the first time, you don't have to register. You can just click right through, enter doors, see things. Those that are already members, we have about 100 things that are available. And of course, we also have our premium content library, which has got all of our top quality shows that we have that have been either on TV or supposed to be on TV or preparing to be on TV, and they're excellent. You can be a part of the premium content library. Just check on that. Let me just start off by saying this. We just finished a 5-episode miniseries called Now is the Time. And what's so interesting about it is that what we decided to do was to make it available over the last 5 weeks, every weekend for free. And I have to say, I was really pleased with the amount of people that logged in and that watched and listened and responded to episodes 1 through 4. Well, then we had this great idea, and I don't remember whose idea it was. It might have been mine. It might have been the Keymakers. It might have been our video editors. I don't know who it was. Decided that for the 5th episode, we would make it available with no registration for anybody that wanted to interact with us on it. You could share it. And let me just tell you, we decided to do that this last weekend, Keymaker, and I got to tell you, we had a lot of people listen, but there was something that happened that I got to just, if it's okay, I want to talk about this for a second. We had something happen that was, let me just say it was a little shocking. So we're preparing for this whole thing. I mean, we've got this system in place. We're putting this episode up. I mean, the video is ready. I mean, I'm 7 hours in advance of the guys that are in the United States. They're working diligently to get it ready for Friday to launch this thing. And all of a sudden, Vimeo, the place that we actually have our top quality videos uploaded, Vimeo's been excellent. I just want to say something about Vimeo. They've been excellent because they allow us to have HD quality video, which is the level of which it was shot. So it's wonderful to have this HD quality video. We'd worked out this great deal where we have our videos housed with them. And all of a sudden, the Keymaker sends me a note. I don't remember what time it was. And all of a sudden, the video won't go up. And we're like, what do you mean the video doesn't go up? It literally, the entire upload process, did it stop, Keymaker? It stopped, right? Had you ever seen anything like that before? Where it just, not from Vimeo. Then they gave this message, and I wish if the Keymaker was really on it, he'd probably have a copy of this message. I don't know if he's got it or not. I wish he did. But there was this message that let's see here. Hold on, we might have it. Oh, we got it here. Vimeo staff, it says, I got to read this to you guys. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe this is just a coincidence that episode 5 goes into depth on bringing some light to the sacred and the secular power brokers all over the world. And so episode 5 was pretty radical. So on Friday, we get this message. Here it is from the staff. Hi, friends. On Friday, the day that we're launching the 5th episode, the grand finale of Now is the Time, it says, hi, friends. On Friday, Vimeo fell victim to a denial of service attack. What the heck? I can't even read this stuff. A denial of service attack that caused the site to be unavailable to our members and visitors. This downtime affected only Vimeo.com. All embedded videos remain playable and working properly. Okay, that was the first thing that happens. So we're patient. Keymaker says it's okay. We'll just wait. It'll be fine. Sure enough, that gets handled. So we get it up. And I mean, we got people watching and we got people talking. And we got people sharing. And all of a sudden the next day, we get another message. Vimeo's down again. This time, it's affected not only the videos that we're trying to put up, but every video on bfainternational.com is shut down. Now, this is the second day of this amazing thing that we're doing. We got people that are sharing this on like 5 major. We got people all over Facebook sharing it, and they're clicking and they're saying, hey, I can't see it. I can't see it. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think we're touching a nerve. So the next day, the whole thing shuts down. At this point, I put my hands in the air. I said, you know what? It's no deal. The key maker steps into action. What does he do? He sends me a message. Okay, no problem. In an hour, I'll have another video up. I'm like, how's he going to do this? What does he do? He goes to YouTube. He uploads a fresh video. He replaces the link from Vimeo, puts it on YouTube, and we're back in business again. And then when Vimeo comes back, no one even knows it. We're right back to HD quality. I want to say thank you to the key maker. You are a technology beast, because if it was up to me, we're done. We're not doing anymore. It's over. But the good news is we've got people like the Keymaker who are willing to do the kinds of things that are necessary to keep high quality information not being stopped, even because of technological attacks by who knows who, whenever and why and whatever. But the truth of the matter is we touched a nerve with episode 5. And I have to say something. I think in all of the things that we've done, and we've done a lot of shows, we've done a lot of teachings, what I loved about episode 5 is that it still resonates in my gut. The questions that are asked, the thoughts that come to your mind, the kinds of issues that we deal with in episode 5, I think really do require a deeper discussion, more opportunity to interact with that information. And so hopefully throughout our time, we'll continue to do that. Now, today, we're obviously not going to be able to go into great depth, but I wanted to say that I think that those people who did watch it and the responses that we got were really, really amazing. So I want to take a few moments just to respond to a couple of the comments. We did have people that commented. Let me say right now, while the Keymaker prepares those questions or those comments, if you did not see episode 5, you can still see it if you go to the Premium Content Library. Now, let me just say something right off the front. We made it available to everyone for free. In fact, we went even beyond the weekend because we had the one day that was kind of a problem. And because I was ahead in time, they actually kept it up even longer than I had thought we would. So it literally was up until Tuesday, from Friday until Tuesday. And that was our way of saying to everybody, hey, we want you to see it. Now, let me tell you why there's going to be another opportunity. We're actually preparing this thing to go to TV. We have 2 stations, a secular station and a Christian station. Both of them are well-respected stations that want to play Now Is the Time. And now that we've gone through the legitimate process of producing it, bringing it out to a screening, getting the kind of responses that we've received, we are now committed to do what we need to do to get this on television. So if you're interested in that, you certainly can help us. There will be some information that you'll hear about that just in a little bit. But I want to go right now to some of the folks who may have made a comment or two about what we have here. Let me just see here. Let me see if we have something. Here we go. And you know, it's interesting, you guys. I'm here. I am actually in Israel, as I mentioned, and I've got a little bit of a technology challenge because I've got to see these comments without them being full page. But let me just do this. This is from a friend here. I do not even know. Last name is Ulabari, I believe it is. It says, well done. I like the way you tied up the loose ends, even to the point of exposing your own card carrying. What does he mean, my own card carrying? Oh, I think he means the fact that I'm a United Methodist pastor and that I brought to the forefront some of the United Methodist challenges that I have as a pastor. This is probably why Yehovah hates religions. Power brokers use it to push their own agenda and get in the way of the devout and a personal relationship with Yehovah, which is idolatry. An excellent expose of the ancient source of the corruption in America and the world. Just curious, are you still keeping your card? A very interesting and contemplative service. You did good. Well, let me just let this person know. I am still a United Methodist pastor. I'm appointed beyond the local church, which means that I have an opportunity in good standing to continue to be a card-carrying Methodist so that when I want to go visit the jails, which I do, and I flash my card, they let me in. When I want to go to the hospitals, which I do, I flash my card, they let me in. There are some people who want to get married. When I want to marry them, I flash my card and I'm able to marry him. The truth for me is that I worked hard. It takes about 10 years to become a United Methodist pastor in good standing, and there's no reason for me to give up the card unless they do something that actually causes me to have a crisis of conscience. I will say, however, that they seem to be pretty close to the fire of that right now. They're just like all the other denominations. They've stood for some things. They're wavering on others. What I've determined to do is that I'm going to continue to be a United Methodist pastor unless they kick me out or they bring me to a place where I will actually turn in my papers. That has not yet happened. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But in the meantime, I just want to continue to be a guy who can use whatever I can to get through the doors that are open for an effective ability to share the good news. So that's what I do. And let's see if there's another comment here. Let's see here. Let's see. I have another comment here. February 3rd. This is from our friend Cindy. It says, well done, Keith. It is very interesting that the Methodist Temple was built or opened in 1952 with his name in the stained glass, including the vowel markings in it. That is not very long ago, and I'd be curious who knew his name to have it included in the temple. Also, is there any chance for you that you would be able to post the, quote, letter to the bishops' conferences on the name so it can be shared? When I try to share information on truth with my very Catholic family, I'm always being accused of being a propagandist. One cannot deny it if they see the letter on the church's letterhead. Keep up the exposés, my friend. May he keep you protected and keep you strength and continue in his earth. Cindy, thank you so much for responding and actually making that request. Believe it or not, the Keymaker is already ahead of the game. We're going to prepare some sort of a post where we can bring that letter. If you haven't seen the letter from quote unquote, His Holiness, unquote, where he determines that it will no longer be acceptable by directive of the Holy Father, quote unquote, to pronounce the name of God. He actually did that letter. And that letter, I want to say something about that letter. When I received that letter through a man who was at one of my speaking engagements, he had the collar on. He was a Catholic priest, and he came up to me and he said, I want you to know, based on what you're speaking about, you are in direct conflict with the directive from the Holy Father. I said, really? And he went on to tell me that he would like to forward me the letter that he received from the Catholic bishops of the Pontiff's Grand Poobah of the Catholic Church. Anyway, whatever it is that it was, they sent this letter. I received the letter, and it really shook me to my core. And I've actually been on a journey since receiving that letter in 2009. So check what episode 5 allowed me to do. Cindy and we're going to find a way to post that letter somehow, somewhere. We're going to do this. But what that letter did for me is it allowed me to start digging deeper on the issue of why it would be important for the Pope to outlaw the name of God. And I want to say in its simplest form, I think the reason is this. Having access to God's name brings to the forefront the call for a more intimate interaction with, quote unquote, the real Holy Father. And when you're putting forth yourself as the Holy Father, you don't want to really give people that opportunity for that encounter. So I believe what the Pope was basically doing is say, listen, don't focus on God's name, focus on our religion, focus on our rules, our regulations, our directives. And as a result, I think that many people that go by those directives are missing an opportunity for a true encounter, which what we do at bfainternational.com. One of the T's that we put forward is a chance to encounter the name that Jesus, Yeshua, said that we are to sanctify. When he taught the most important, the only prayer he ever taught, he said, may your name be sanctified. And that's an important aspect for our walk of faith. So thank you very much, for Cindy, for that. We will find a way to get that up. Is there any other comment that we have here? I'm just looking here, trying to see. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. February 1st. Here we go. From our friend Daniel Herman. Holla at you, Daniel. How you doing? Daniel says this. Yeah, buddy, this final episode is like a whirlwind of karate. It hits hard and fast, leaving the enemy quite exposed. I am so happy and grateful to have the opportunity to support BFA. It is this kind of stuff that can, quote, set the prisoners free, unquote. I only hope that there are many more installments on the way. Thank you for your ministry. It's a big, bad world full of deception. It's pretty hard not to get sold a pack of lies and biblical pursuits, but BFA is nothing like all the other agents of darkness. Please Be of good heart and know that you are doing the will of Yehovah. Daniel, thank you so much, not only for your comment, that is without request, but also for your support as one of the people that have really helped us get this thing going. And we've received notes from our other producers. They get a chance to see the episodes before we actually play them. This week, however, we had a very strange situation happen where we did not get a chance to send it to them first. And the reason is because of the message that we wanted to send at the end of the episode, which was literally done the night before it was uploaded, and then Vimeo went down. So we had a message for our producers and really all the people that have supported us. We want to tell them how appreciative we are. I want to give an update, Keymaker, if I can, about where we're at in the process of Now is the Time. Can I give them an update right now? Would that be okay? Awesome. Today, the Keymaker took a 3-disc, 5-episode DVD and dropped it off at our duplicators, which means those are the people who, through the wizard putting together a wonderful case and the Keymaker putting together a wonderful DVD, the actual DVD of the entire 5-episode series is now available at bfainternational.com at our store. And also for those that are interested in helping us in the next phase. What's the next phase? We want to put it on television. And the truth is that our producers got us to this point. We are so appreciative for them. What they did is they helped us do exactly what we asked them to do, which was to get it produced and to get it ready to put on television. Now that it's ready, we'll have the DVD available. We'll have the ability to go on TV. And what we're going to ask people to do, those that are willing to support us, we're going to send you that DVD for free. I want you to go to our projects page, see where we're talking about Now is the Time going on TV. You can just push the button. It'll tell you all about it. But if you're not interested in doing that, you just want the DVD, go to the store. They made me put a ridiculous, I'm still arguing about this. I'm still, they're making me making this thing available. The Keymaker, we got to make it available so cheap. I mean, it's so cheap. Are you kidding me? I put my life on the line for this thing. But anyway, it's a DVD. It's awesome. It's got some special bonuses in it, which I'm very excited about. Let me say again, what I am appreciating right now about the BFA is that what we're trying to do is that when we do put information out there, I think everyone that's seen anything that we've done has always said that the quality is top notch. Now, let me say why that is. We have young men that are committed to the vision, they're committed to the mission, and they have made it possible for us to have this high quality. But the truth of the matter is, you all, we can't do this for free. This is not a, I'm not pushing. All I'm saying is that everything does cost. And so we are trying our best to do well with the resources we have. Let me say something else about our projects page. We actually put it all out front there. We let people know exactly what it is that we're trying to raise, where we're at in the process. Last year, people rallied. We got that thing done. Now this year, it's just now February, so we got a long way to go, but very exciting things to do. I want to also remind everybody that we're in the midst of preparing to put Time Will Tell Season 1 on an international network. We communicated with them again today. We now have the date. Keymaker, I don't know if you know this. They changed the date. They're giving us a better slot. They're changing the date. We're going to announce that next week. Here's what I'm going to do. If it's okay, what we're going to do, folks, is I'm going to ask those of you that have been walking along with us to continue to pray for us. There are some things that are happening right now in the ministry that I am absolutely overwhelmed with in a powerful, powerful way. I'm going to be shifting gears in the next audio blog. We will have finished our 5-episode audio blog, sharing with you about the Time Will Tell series, the Now is the Time series, how you can watch it, but now things are going to shift. Can I give them just a little glimpse of what I want to talk to you about next week? I'm here at Hebrew University. Again, I'm doing an intensive language program. There are people from around the world that are here studying for one purpose. They want to know the language. And a lot of people think, wow, that's like a little, some little extra thing. In preparation for next week, check this. What is the history of the development of the modern Hebrew language? You might be shocked. It's the only language in the world that was, quote unquote, a dead language that has been revived, that has been resurrected, and as a result, a nation has gone back to that very language and made that language the official language of their nation, the Hebrew language. So why am I here? It is an amazing opportunity. I'm with people around the world, and I've got a testimony that our next audio blog that's going to blow you away. Also, I just got a big announcement. There's going to be a lecture on something I think everyone's going to love to hear. I'm going to hold off on that right now, but I am excited for us to continue to do the audio blogs where I get a chance to talk. The Keymaker helps me. He keeps me in control. I'm trying to be, trying to be cool and calm. But this last 5-episode series of Now is the Time, if you didn't get a chance to see it, please consider one of two things. You can become a premium content member, library member, and you can watch it anytime you want. Or you can get the DVD set either through supporting us getting on TV or going right to the store and getting it. Either way, once you get it, share it with your family, share it with your friends. The responses from people this last weekend, even in light of the fact that Vimeo was under a cyber attack, we had more people watch episode 5 than any other episode, and the responses were absolutely encouraging, amazing. They were a blessing, and people's lives were touched. So if you would are there any other comments, anything else that I need to talk about here? I've got 2 more tests. I got a big oral test. I got to tell you, I don't know if you know this or not, Keymaker. On my last test, my professor was so happy. She put the wonderful, I got 100 on my last test. No, I'm telling you, it was 100, a legitimate 100. No, it wasn't 500, smarty. No, it wasn't 100 out of 500. It was 100 out of 100. 100 out of 100. Now, I got a big test, oral test on Sunday where I got to talk on 4 different subjects. Man, I wish I could talk more about this. And then the final on Wednesday. Then after that, we're doing research on something you are going to be excited about. While I do that, here's my challenge to you. You keep watching, you keep listening, and you keep reading, and we will keep working.